Hey there, Cancer. Welcome to your reading for the week, for March 2023. We're going to jump right in here, Cancer, and we're going to see what is going on for you. Basically, we're going to do a past, present, future, and an outcome spread here. So, in your past position, you have this gift card, which actually is a good card. It could be like a gift, but I kind of wonder, I'm wondering if you had something that you thought was a gift, like a relationship, and clearly it could have led to a tower moment or a kind of a tower situation in your life where something came to an end. And, for some of you, I don't even think this has to be a relationship. Yeah, well, you have this sword card in this deck here, and this card can represent like someone stabbing you in the back. It can represent revenge, but as far as this deck here is the Moon Oracle is what it's called, and in this deck, that card there, the sword card, if you get the card, which I'm reading for you, so you're getting it, it can represent like correcting a karmic situation. It can, it can represent like making something right. And, but maybe, you might have to do this on your own. We'll talk more about it in just a minute. But, I definitely feel that some of you feel like, either a gift, came with strings attached. That's really what I'm hearing. It's kind of like there seems to be some sort of string attached. There's like that creepy movie, I think it's called The Gift or The Box, or I can't remember what it is. It's Cameron Diaz, right? And I can't remember what that movie was called, but basically she has a box with a button, and I can't remember exactly what the movie is about, but when she hits the button, it's like she gets money or a wish or something like that, but someone in the world dies or something like that, right? And I kind of get that here for some reason, where it's like maybe you had a person, and maybe just having a person seemed like a gift, but maybe they were also like the devil or a liar, which we kind of see here. You have the Seven of Swords, Four of Swords, and the Tower. The Seven of Swords, like lying, cheating, stealing. So, again, there's no need to sugarcoat it. I definitely feel you were in a situation, could have been an uncomfortable situation where there was lying. If this is not a love situation, this could just be a delicate situation, because normally on a traditional Seven of Swords, the guy is carrying the swords by their tips, and like he has to be very delicate and careful with how he's carrying those swords. So maybe you felt like you were walking on thin ice at like a job or in a career or something like that. It's kind of interesting as well that you have the Four Swords here, which would kind of tell me that you have, even in the past, you already started healing from this situation. So again, I feel that for some of you. For others, I kind of feel like since last summer that maybe you've been in kind of like hibernation since last summer. Maybe you've been in this kind of like not really moving forward, not really moving backwards. It's kind of like you're just hibernating. And now I feel this reading is saying you're coming out of hibernation. You have the Tower, and again, luckily it's coming up in your past position, so this has already happened. It wouldn't surprise me if pretty much everyone gets the Tower today anyway, but, I feel for a lot of you that there was a shock or a surprise or something wasn't what it appeared. Again, I really get this feeling of something with strings attached. Like I said, it's like, I don't know, maybe someone could have been cocky here as well. Someone could have thought that they were a gift to you, and so maybe they just didn't give to the situation, or maybe they thought you were too good for them, so they didn't give to the situation. I don't know what's going on here. It's something like that. With the Seven of Swords, you have the High Priestess. Your intuition was telling you something. Something was up here is what I would say, So I feel like you've learned to trust your intuition. I also feel maybe there are some mysteries if this was a relationship, even if it was a job. Maybe you're not sure exactly what happened or what it's kind of weird because I have like this ghosting situation popping into my head as well, but I'm not talking about love here. It's like maybe you started working on a project with a person. This is very specific. It might be only for one of you, where you're like working on a project with a person and then all of a sudden they ghost you or something, and you're like, what the hell, what the hell happened there? So I kind of have that energy with this High Priestess. Weird. With the Four of Swords, you have the Tower. Yes, we already know that you're healing from this Tower moment. Again, I like to remind people that towers are necessary because they are weak in the first place. They have to fall so that we can rebuild them. With the Tower, you have the King of Cups. It could have been with a water sign. But this could also represent you. It could say that this Tower situation happened for you to get in touch with your emotions. So I do feel some of you maybe are either getting more in touch with your emotions, or, you've learned that you should trust your emotions. Like maybe the intuitive side of you is your emotions, right? How you feel about situations. So I kind of get the feeling that you have learned something from whatever this was. Next, in your current situation, you have this feeling the world card. I feel kind of like good, bad about this card. Number one, I feel like if you're paying attention to the news or negative things like that, then you could be having a hard time. So I would be careful of, all the craziness that's happening in the world. I always say that, people always say like, how dare you ignore the news and what's going on in the world? I'm like, yeah, but unless you're going to do something about it, then there's no point in paying attention to it. It's just going to drive you nuts, right? So if you are actually going to get out there and make the change in the world, then feel free, but and actually go do something. But just sitting there like stewing and worrying about the news does nothing for your life. So what I would say here is I would be very protective of your feelings at this time with this card. I do feel like there are good feelings here, very good row, really good cards. You have the Judgment card, the Nine of Cups, and the Eight of Cups. Sorry, the Eight of Wands. The Nine of Cups says, guess what? Be the change that you want to see in the world. I know it's cliche, but the Nine of Cups is about bathing in an energy before you have the energy. With the Nine of Cups, sorry, did I say the Eight of Cups? I don't know, I'm losing my mind today, but what I would say here is that with the Nine of Cups, we have to embrace a certain energy, and we have to, before we can have the energy. So it's like I always say, if we want love, we have to have love before we can have love. People always say, how do you do that? I always say, go love a dog, go love a cat, go love nature or something that you love. Go do something that you love, right? And so there might be some changes or some things happening in the world that you don't like, but go be in the energy of what you do like. Bathe in the energy with the Nine of Cups. You have the Eight of Wands here. Eight of Wands is quick success. By the way, if you want love, I feel like there is like a person who will literally work their ass off for you here, Cancer. Those are the words I'm hearing. We go this way. Really good cards, these two. Five of Pentacles, not so much, and we're going to talk about this, but this right here, I feel it could either be a water sign or an earth sign who's coming in for you, and I feel like this person really puts in the work into relationships. That's probably going to be the most obvious thing to you right off the bat, so definitely could be love. Could be a Scorpio, because you do have, like, Scorpio 3 times here, so, take it how it resonates, but there you go. You have the Judgment card here. To me, the Tower and the Judgment card is the most powerful combination in the tarot. This is like a major revelation, a major wake-up call. So you could really be waking up to some changes that you want to make in your own life. Maybe it's based off of past uncomfortable situations. Again, we will continue to see Tower moments happening in the world. I say this all the time. Just because of the times that we're in right now, we are going to be experiencing some probably experiencing some Tower moments, or we'll probably be seeing some Tower moments in the world. But, we just kind of have to realize that these are, the things, the institutions, the things that have been around for a long time that are coming to an end, whatever that is, it's for a reason, right? So that's what I'll say there. With the Judgment card, you have the Four of Wands. There you go. Definitely could be meeting a person you'll marry. I said it at the beginning of the year, in the yearly readings that I did, that I felt like this was a really good year for love, for water signs. So if you want love, definitely could be a person that you will marry in the future coming in for you. Even if you don't want love, and if you do, I am feeling here that you should be doing more things that you do love. More hobbies, more interests, more things that you love to do. Again, if you haven't been doing the things that you do love to do, it could be crocheting, coloring, I don't care what it is. I would do more of that. I feel it'll just set you free. With the Nine of Cups, you have the Eight of Wands. Yes, see, you're getting a wish very, very quickly is what this is saying to me. There's like something that you've been wishing for, and it's happening very quickly for you, which is great. Eight of Wands is quick success. And you have the Nine of Cups, which is like a wish. So literally a quick wish coming into your life. We have to be very clear with the Eight of Wands, though. Eight of Wands was traditionally the arrows of love, meaning like we tell the universe what we want, and the universe responds with inspirations, ideas, people, places, things, everything. And if we follow those inspirations, then we get led to the things that we want. Abraham Hicks calls us your rockets of desire, meaning, we're always desiring things. We're telling the universe what we want, but most people are just zombies, right? They don't pay attention to what they want. They don't move in that direction. They avoid it. So, I feel like as long as you're moving towards Esther Hicks calls it pushing your momentum in that direction. As long as a majority of your thoughts and feelings are going in the right towards the things you want, then you're going to get the things you want very quickly. With the Eight of Wands, you have the Devil. I kind of feel like this is talking about work. Number one, I would avoid a past person for sure, based off this reading. No doubt about it. This person probably thinks they're God's gift to earth, right? They're probably super cocky. So if you have a person like that in your life from the past, I would avoid it. But I don't hate this either. I kind of feel like this, number one, it could be a Capricorn or a person who has Capricorn in their chart. But I also feel like this is talking about work. Sometimes, and again, we have Saturn moving into Pisces. So that's going to affect you being a water sign here, Cancer. So I would be doing the work on yourself, right? Improving yourself, but also that sometimes I feel like with the devil that we can have a creative idea. And I say this because it's coming up on the 8 of Wands, which could be a creative venture, creative idea. And it's kind of like root chakra energy, but we have to take that energy, bring it up to our head so that we can express it into the world. So, you might have, I kind of feel that here. And my concern is the 5 of Swords, 5 of Pentacles, which is lack. And I feel like you just need to change your mindset here. Like if you want to start a YouTube channel, you might be worried about the competition or whatever. And I feel like this is saying, no, you are creative enough to be successful. So go and do it. Don't worry about the competition. Don't worry about all the little things. Just get started. Same thing with the 5 of Pentacles can represent like feeling like you don't have the resources, but it's like you clearly do have the resources. Also, as I've been saying to everyone, just based off the astrology, I'm telling you right now, if you want to start a business, if there's something else you want to do, you're not going to have the money to do it. You're probably not going to have the resources to do it financially. But there might be other resources that you do have. People, places, things, experience, right? You might have sales skills, right? So maybe you have a good enough business idea where you could sell the idea to another person where they'll invest in you. I'm not saying that you're literally going to sell the idea to them, but you're just kind of selling the idea so that they invest in you. You never know. Again, we are in a time of resources. And I don't even think, even if you had $1 billion in your bank account, I think it's a much better time to use your resources, not money, your skills, your other things that you have. So I would be resourceful here, Cancer, for sure. Next, you have the Swords card. Again, number one, I am getting something about revenge here, so I would be careful of a past person trying to get revenge. I wouldn't really worry about it. I would just say, like, I would block the person or, if you have a past person or something like that. I would just be careful of it with this energy. I would also watch your words as well. You see those squiggly lines that are coming out of those snakes' mouths? It's kind of like popping into my head that, it's like, there could be a big talker, but again, I feel like if you don't respond, you're going to win. So if someone's talking behind your back, doesn't even have to be love, could be in work or business. I feel like if you don't say anything, you're going to come out on top. They're the one that's going to lose. You have the 2 of Pentacles, the Page of Cups, and the 7 of Swords. Sorry, the 5 of Swords. The Page of Cups, I do feel, could be a new person coming in for you in the future. Again, it's really like the end of the month and also like April and May and into the summer that I think love is pretty good for water signs. So maybe it doesn't happen right away. And again, it might be like April, May before a person shows up for you in your life. And just is what it is. I don't know what else to say there. You have the 2 of Pentacles. 2 of Pentacles is work hard, play hard. Again, obviously, if you're looking for love, you have to get out of the house. You have to go out. You have to meet new people. So put yourself in a position to meet new people. I also feel that like where you meet a person is really going to matter. I just went off on I don't remember. It was in someone else's reading. I don't know. I was going off about, it's like, what type of person do you think you're really going to meet like online? It's like, yeah, somebody always gives me some example of like some rich prince that their friend married that they met on Tinder or some shit like that. I'm like, okay, your friend is like 1 in a trillion. So it's like, I don't care about that story. Number one. Number two, most people don't meet some sort of rich prince off of Tinder, right? It's not going to happen. But if you leave the house and you go meet a person like at the gym, for example, or, maybe you're interested in cooking, you take like a cooking class, it's like, go meet a person who's doing something. Again, I think what modern day dating, the problem is most people are meeting people who are doing nothing. They're sitting on their couch swiping on Tinder. It's like, do you think you're going to meet a person of great quality doing that? I'm not saying there aren't great people of great quality on there, but to me, it's a place to judge character, right? Because just swiping on pictures, right, of some, dude who has his shirt off, who's, holding a fish or something like that, it's like, could be a good person, could be a terrible person who kills fish. I don't know. Could go either way, right? But if you meet this person like in public, then you can get a good judge of character. So get out of the house, put in the work. You have the 5 of Swords here, 5 of Swords. I feel like you could be thinking about past breakups. I would also be careful of a person. Again, I feel like this could be a past person who's feeling left out in the cold from you, and I feel like they just want to win is what I'm getting here. It's like they don't even care how they win. I feel so again, maybe you need to block a past person here, Cancer, so that they don't like try to win in this situation, whatever's going on here. With the Two of Pentacles, you have the Empress. Yes, you are very attractive at this time. Get out of the house because, again, that's where you're going to attract people. I also see your income increasing here. With the Page of Cups, you have the Two Wands. He's holding the world in his hands. He's standing at the top of a castle, which represents a comfort zone. You know what that means? Get out of the house because he has the whole world in his hands. He just needs to get out of his house, the castle that he's standing on top of. And, again, the two wands literally represents leaving a comfort zone. So anything you can do to leave a comfort zone, that's where you're going to find like something of great quality. And I really feel that you have the opportunity. The reason I'm saying this is because you have the opportunity to get something of great quality, I feel, this month. So take the lead. I also feel for others, you could be working on a new dream. Page of Cups, he normally has that fish in the cup, and it could just be something we don't really know, but it could just be something that he is dreaming of. He might be imagining that fish. It could be like a dream business, a dream goal, something that he wants to achieve, and he needs to grab onto that fish. And again, he needs to leave a comfort zone to make it happen. With the Two of Swords, you have the Five of Pentacles. The Five of Swords. I don't know why I can't get that card right today for some reason, which is weird. But, again, Five of Pentacles, Five of Swords, Five of Pentacles right here. Someone's feeling left out in the cold. But it's like you have a choice. Normally there's that guy who's like walking away on the Five of Swords. I almost feel like that could be you. It's like he's a little bit wounded, but he's won the battle. So I feel like you've kind of like won the battle here. And I feel it's just saying keep pushing forward. For your outcome, you have this first quarter moon in Gemini. It says, speak your world into being. We literally talked about this earlier with the Eight of Wands. So I would be using the words that you want to hear. I would be talking about the things that you want to talk about. I always make the joke, but it's not a joke. I live in a small town, and I talk to myself when I'm driving. Like, I'm gassing myself up 24/7, right? And I don't know, it's changed my life. So I'm a big fan of like talking yourself up, gassing yourself up, whatever you can do to motivate yourself. I would be doing it right now. Clearly, I'd be talking about how you want to see things in your life. You have the Three of Pentacles, the King of Pentacles, and the Five of Pentacles. I kind of feel like the Five of Pentacles also says do not call attention to your weaknesses. Normally there's a guy, he has the bell around his neck on the Five of Pentacles, and he represents a leper. Back in the day, lepers had to wear bells around their neck so people would know when they were coming down the street. So I kind of feel this is saying don't call attention to your weaknesses. Focus on your strengths at this time, and, make sure you're watching your words. You have the King of Pentacles. Again, I get this like person who really wants to work hard for you. So if you're attracting love, could be a very good person. Could be an earth sign, but I kind of feel it could just be a very, any sign, just a stable person, someone who really wants to put the work in. I also feel you're very focused on increasing your finances, and we kind of see that here as well. Three of Pentacles. Three of Pentacles is a card of quality work, so anything that you're working on, I would be focusing on quality, not quantity. But I would also say that there's probably something a little bit extra. On a traditional Three of Pentacles, there's the fire triangle, then below it, there's a water triangle. The water triangle on the Three of Pentacles, it kind of represents just something like a bonus. It kind of represents maybe there's like some sort of icing on the cake that you could add to like a project you're working on or a business that you're working on. It kind of suggests going above and beyond. If you do that, you will be handsomely rewarded with the Three of Pentacles. Again, I also get the feeling that you could be attracting a person who really wants to work on a team, and I feel like they also kind of like go above and beyond in relationships. Definitely a very valuable person. With the Three of Pentacles, you have the Star. Yes, you have been wishing for this here, Cancer. This is something you've wished for, like a person you wish for, or, some sort of situation you've been wishing for. The whole entire reading has been, saying that there's some sort of wish coming in very quickly, which is nice. With the King of Pentacles, guess what? You have the King of Pentacles. Basically, the universe saying I meant what I said. There you go. And with the Five of Pentacles, you have the Nine of Wands. It's funny that I said the thing about like the wounded warrior. The guy on the Five of Swords, that's walking away. He kind of represents someone who wants to win at all costs. But I kind of got that wounded warrior type vibe where I feel like it's you. I feel like you're walking away from like something that has been difficult in your life. So we're gonna pull 5 main themes now and see what's going on for you. You have this Hills card. This card says obstacles to overcome. This is the rest of your life. I mean, this is true for everyone. I keep telling people that. It's like, do what is hard because that's where all the rewards are. People keep saying to me, like, they keep giving me all these examples of how hard their life is. And I'm like, well, most of those people, I'm like, well, your life doesn't sound that hard. There are people who are in much worse positions. But number two, it's like, okay, like, sure. You can complain about it all you want, but it's not going to change things. So it's like, I'm not going to sit here, as I always say, and blow smoke up your ass, right? It's like, yes, things are not going to be easy for the rest of your life. So it's like, you can either sit there and cry about it, or you can be like, okay, I'm going to punch life in the face and I'm going to make it happen. And that's what I would be doing. I'd be putting the work in. It's not, those are just hills. They're not even mountains, right? So it's like, I'd be putting in the work. And not only that, you have this ladder card that says climbing towards success. So it's like, yeah, maybe you're climbing some hills, but clearly it's leading towards success. It's leading towards good things. You have this Vine card. It says seek out information that will help you. Again, probably the most profitable thing that you could do right now is education, self-education. I talk about this all the time. Pluto in Aquarius. We had Saturn in Aquarius. Pluto in Capricorn. It's going to be in Aquarius, but I'm talking about we depending on when you're watching this, Pluto might be in Aquarius if you're watching this towards the middle of March, but now it's in Capricorn. And so Pluto in Capricorn, Saturn in Capricorn, all about kind of education, self-education, learning things, anything you can do to like educate yourself out of a problem. Good idea. You have this cracked cup card. It says dissatisfaction with life. I would let this motivate you. Like if you're dissatisfied in certain areas of your life, I would say, look for an improvement. Don't just sit there. You have this bridge card that says successfully overcoming a problem. So again, you will very easily be able to overcome problems at this time. Really good reading, Cancer. I like it. So thank you for being here. Make sure to watch your sun, moon, and rising for a full picture of what's going on for you at this time. But thank you, and definitely enjoy your week.